Right, welcome to the next video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the tips. So let's go to the appendix text function tab. And in this video, we just want to show you a couple of scenarios. So sometimes you might have data that shows all the names that's combined together, the first and last name. And your job is to separate the first and last names into two different columns. Now, we have to appreciate that the Microsoft 2013 versions, they have come up with really quick, really cool shortcut keys, which I'll show you later. Because in previous version, we have to perform tedious functions in order to separate them. Let me show you how tedious they are. Now, you guys just have to look at it, and you guys don't have to learn it. So let me show you. So previously, we had to do something like this. We had to use a left function, and we click the A2 to tell Microsoft to extract 4 characters out of A2. That's Mary. And if we drag it downwards, we've got a problem because Keith Chan, it's extracting 5 characters, but because previously I've set 4. So we have to append another function to that one, and we use the find function to find the empty space in A2, and to -1 to be exact. We don't want an empty space, and after that we hit the enter button and followed by a double click to push down to the rest of the rows, and that's how we can get the first name extracted from the A column. Now for the last name is even more tedious. We had to use functions like the mid function. So in A2, and the starting number will tell Excel to find the starting number for us by using the find function. Again, we use the empty space to find that, and it's all within A2, and +1 because we have to go to the character that starts with T, and the number of characters will be derived from the len function, which Excel could help us to compute the total length of A2 minus the position number of the empty space. So you can see it's horrendously created by using a very long text functions. Now the good news is you guys don't have to learn this, because in Microsoft Office 2013 and above, there is a magic function, and it's called the flash fill function. It's called the flash fill function, and that's symbolized by Control E. So let me just remove all this stuff, and all you need to do is for the first row, I mean this edit proof, right? You go to B2, just type Mary, and go to B3, and you press the Control E function. It's the magic function, and voila, all the text will be typed out for you, and you perform that for the last name as well. So all the first and last name will be reviewed magically. So hope that will help you a lot in your daily task. And remember, don't tell your boss about it, because they might think you've been using the traditional text functions, and you can use your own time to do your private stuff. I'm just kidding. And in the number text example, again we can use the flash fill options, the Control E options, to finish off with the $ format. Just simply type the $107, and you guys know the answer. Just press Control E, and the rest of the answers will be shown up. Now the next one, under the date values, this is a little bit tricky, because you can see the date values here. We just got to change to short dates, and you can see it can be converted to dates easily. But sometimes if you encounter a scenario where you change to a short date and it still doesn't work, what you could do is you can make use of a helper column like the I column, and you use the text function and telling the text function to go to H2 and specify the format text with the date format, like month slash day slash years, and close the inverted commas and brackets. And after that, you press enter. You figure out that it still doesn't work. But what you could do is you can go to the above and change to the date format that you want, and go to the formula bar and hit the enter button, and you can see that surprisingly it works after these series of actions. Alright, and again you can just simply perform a double click underneath that. So let me show you how to do this again. So text function which converts a specific text to a number in a specific number format to another format such as the date format. So under the format text we specify the date format. So for instance we use the day, the month, and the year. Close the bracket. Hit the enter. It seems not working, but just go to the options right on top and change to either the short date or the long date. Either one's fine. And from the formula bar, just hit the enter button, and the date will be converted. Right, so let's move to the final example in this tab. And you can see sometimes you might be given a series of text strings like this one. And it's actually a combination of a client code and job codes and locations. And what we need to do is we have to separate them into their separate client codes, job codes, and locations. In this case, this is a no-brainer. You can simply go to the L column, right? And that's the client code. And just type out the client code for the first entity. Just type that out. And remember the flash fill. And voila, the rest of the client codes will be reviewed. And again, perform the same action for the job codes. So job codes is symbolized by the final 3 digits. And again, just use a flash fill. And for the location, again, just manually and lazily type out the first one, followed by the flash fill. So you can see flash fill is really intelligent. It's able to pick up based on your typing behaviors, and it analyzes what you've typed and intelligently shows you what the rest of them is required. See you in the next video.